Hey folks, this is an overview on Nicholas Carr's article, Is Google Making Us Stupid? If you'd like to take notes at any point in this video, you may, you don't have to. Remember, these videos are not a replacement for the actual text. They are here for you to supplement your understanding of the text, through the videos. Do the overviews. So let's start with the overview. In this article, Carr examines the impact of the internet of Google in particular, on our cognitive abilities, particularly in relation to reading and deep thinking. Carr's essay contemplates how the internet, especially search engines, and the style of reading they promote, may be diminishing our ability to engage in deep, reflective thought, fundamentally altering how we process information and understand the world. There are a few key takeaways that I would like for you to understand from this text. So, Carr opens with a personal anecdote, realizing that his reading habits have changed. And there's a general shift in reading habits, not just with him, but with other people as well. There's a decreased ability to engage in deep, sustained reading. How many of you guys, like through the last few years of high school, have done sustained silent reading? How many of you actually read for fun on your own? Like think about that for a moment. There's so many more people that are spending their free time on technology rather than off technology, doing something as simple as reading quietly on their own. So he observes that concentration now drifts after a few pages. The internet's role, according to Carr, is the extensive time that's spent online, whether it's searching or surfing and skimming through vast amounts of information. It has all reshaped our brain's neural circuitry, and it fosters a new style of reading that prioritizes efficiency and immediacy. And as an instructor, I saw this especially during COVID and after COVID, where so many more students are, like we're engaged by things like Instagram and TikTok. And we want to see that knowledge, that information shown to us within a 15 to 60-second clip. But understanding knowledge, content knowledge, does not come that fast. So I've noticed that a lot more students, when they don't understand something within the first, say, 30 seconds, they give up on it. And that's kind of what Carr is trying to argue here, that the fact that all of this technology prioritizes efficiency and immediacy, it has reshaped the way that we think, the way that we learn. He talks about the impact on deep thinking it has, that the style of reading promoted by the internet weakens our capacity for deep reading and contemplation, which is essential for rich mental connections and insights. Technologies that we use significantly shape our thinking processes, and Carr draws on historical examples like the introduction of the clock to illustrate how technology has historically influenced human thought, and it continues to do that even today. The changing in neural pathways that we talked about before, Carr mentions that there's been experiments in neuroscience that support the idea that different reading mediums, ideograms versus alphabetic text, they create different neural pathways. And Carr suggests that the internet is similarly creating a new circuitry for reading. The internet has, of course, become a very dominant medium in the last 10, 15, 20 years. It's become a universal medium, and it influences the way in which information is processed and consumed. And its design is so rapid, like the information is just scattered all about so quickly, it affects our concentration and our contemplation. Carr also points out the economic interest behind internet companies like Google, which benefit from a fast paced, distraction driven mode of information consumption. He also questions the internet's intellectual ethic, raising concerns about the lack of consideration given to how the internet is reprogramming our minds and its overall intellectual ethic. There's also some potential consequences that Carr speculates on a long term basis that include the potential loss of our ability to engage in deep thought and deep thinking. and discussing those deep thoughts, which are all crucial for intellectual development, for cultural richness. They impact our ability to read, our ability to write, our ability to empathize with each other, even. And technology is a very double edged sword. So there are definitely benefits to the internet, but Carr is warning us against the uncritical embrace of its influence on our cognitive processes. He advocates for a more balanced approach to technology use. And this kind of sounds a little similar to Alter's desire or call to action, asking for more of a balanced approach there as well. So we notice a few similarities between these two readings. And then our works cited page, again, you'll notice the title of our article is in quote marks, period is on the inside. The magazine or newspaper that we can find this article in is italicized, as is the database where we found it. And we have a clickable link. This is all part of the works cited page. If you ever need to create a works cited entry for this resource, this is what it should look like. Obviously, your hanging indents may be at different points. My font was pretty big here, but I wanted to show you every little aspect of the citation that I could. If you have any questions about the citation, about the resource itself, if you need any clarification on anything that Carr discusses in his work, please do let me know.